of the world, now I'm living. And the good just gets better, keeps on giving. Not even close to the end, it's just beginning. Life is getting lighter while the days are getting brighter, yeah.
Hi, it's Ann Perry, and today we're going to be talking about what can I expect in my personal year of 7. So this is the 7th video in a series of 9 videos that I've created for you. Each one of the videos is about 10 minutes long or so, and it talks specifically about your personal year. Now, if you don't know what personal year you're in, don't worry about it. I'm going to teach you how to do it. It's very simple. A 5-year-old could do this. So stick with me. I hope to enlighten you about the personal year of 7. So first of all, we need to know, how do we calculate our personal year of 7, or any personal year for that matter? So first of all, we're going to determine what is our universal year. So as I was recording this video, it was 2017. So 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 7 equals 10. And as in keeping with numerology standards, we're going to reduce that to a single digit. 1 plus 0 equals 1. So 2017 is a 1 universal year. Now, let's talk about that for a second. It doesn't matter what year you're in. It won't matter what personal year you're in. This year, in 2017, every single one of us is going to get a healthy dose of new beginning energy, new vibration. Get her done. So go time. It's go time for all of us. Regardless of where you are in the Eppie Cycle, if you're in a year of 1, if you're in a year of 5, 7, 9, it doesn't matter. You're still going to be influenced with this amazing energy of starting something new. So regardless of where you are, even if you're in a bit of a sluggish year that's a little bit slower, you're still going to have a healthy dose of new beginning energy. So that's great news for all of us. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to figure out what month we're in, and we're going to reduce that to a single digit. So in this case, I'm showing the month of October. So October is the 10th month. So we're going to add 1 plus 0, and it equals 1. Take your day of birth and reduce that to a single digit. In this case, I'm showing the 29th. 2 and 9 equals 11. 1 plus 1 equals 2. Now, I showed the 29th for a reason. A lot of you who know a little bit about numerology understand that the 11 is a master number. But in this particular case, we do reduce it to a single digit. Most times when you see a master number, I'm always saying to you, don't reduce it, it's a master number. And that's typically correct, except for in this equation. So we want to make sure that we break those down. So again, even if it had come up to the 22nd, you're going to reduce it. 2 plus 2 equals 4. So just remember to reduce the master numbers when you're figuring out what your personal year is. So now we're going to take our reduced month, and we're going to add it to our reduced day, and then we'll add that to the reduced year. So the 1 relates back to our October, okay? The 2 relates back to the day that we've reduced it to, and the 1 reduces back to here, the universal year. So we're going to add 1 plus 2 plus 1 equals 4. So if this was your date of birth, you'd be in a 4 personal year. Doesn't get any simpler than this. All right, so what can I expect in my personal year of 7? Okay, so let's just review for a second all about the personal year of 6. Wasn't that fun? Said nobody ever. The year of 6 typically is not much fun. The year of 6 is a year that is absolutely full of responsibility, especially towards your family. You might have been yanked in 16 different directions last year, and it got old really quick. Especially at the beginning of the year, it was really intense because the intensity of whatever energy you're in is always biggest starting January 1st, right? It's like you wake up January 1st and you get a full cup of whatever your personal year is. So if you happen to be in a personal year of 6 last year, that personal year of 6 was full of responsibilities on your shoulders and wearing the weight of the world. You probably had a lot of family drama going on. If it wasn't family drama, it was probably related to your physical home. Can we still stay here? Is it big enough? Is it small enough? Is it the right area? Do we need to move? Do we need to renovate? It could have been a very physical focus on the home. So after a year of having everybody wanting a piece of you and all the balls being juggled up in the air all at the same time, the year of 7, as you start to transition to that in the fall, so usually September, October, you start running out of the energy that you had in your previous year. So last year being a 6, you run out of that 6 energy, and in the 7, it's kind of like, okay, I'm just going to step away from that bus, right? I'm just going to back away because you know what? I kind of had enough of you guys, enough of the family drama. Guess what? I'm getting kind of quiet now because I'm a little done with all you guys. So as we move into our personal year of 7, it becomes a year about introspection and reflection. This is the year when you go, stop, back off. I don't want anything to do with you, because guess what? I'm kind of going to go in my cave. And I'm going to kind of be in my cave for about a year, okay, with no forwarding address, because I really don't feel like hanging out with you right now. I want to hang out with me. That's the only person I want to be with right now. So don't take it personally. It's just, this is a year that's all about me, because what I'm doing right now is I'm putting a pause button on my life, and I'm going, okay, so let's review now. Let's take a moment to be quiet without any interruption from anybody else. And let's look over our last 6 years. Did I start things that I wanted to start? Am I on target to meet my goals? Did I forget to set up goals? Where am I going? Where do I see myself in a couple of years' time? What do I want? Who am I? And what do I really want? This is what I refer to as the year of what next, right? Where am I going? So this is the kind of year when you really don't feel like being very social. You really feel like you need to be outside, connected to nature. Be by the water if it's at all possible. It's really healthy. This is a year when you don't feel like hanging out with the crowd. So people might be calling you saying, hey, why don't you join us for drinks after work or whatever? And you're like, nah, you know what? I'm good. I'm really good, because it kind of stresses you out. The year of 7 is very much a head case year. Now, for those of us who are 7s, who have life path numbers of 7, or maybe you're born the 25th or 16th or whatever, equating back to the 7 energy, we really go inside our heads in a personal year of 7. If whatever your personal year is, if your life path number is the same as your personal year, you're going to feel that personal year more intensely. Okay, so for me, I hate the year of 7, right? Because I'm already a head case, right? I'm already inside my head thinking things through. I overthink everything, right? So when I go into a personal year of 7, it makes it that much more difficult. But you know what? I know that. Going into it, I know that. So I can cut myself some slack, and I can kind of keep myself in check. And I try not to obsess about things too much, because I know that's exactly what I'm going to do. Because typically when you're in a year of 7, you're really stuck inside of your head. This is the time when you're putting your life on pause. You're reflecting about everything that's around you and what you really want out of life. It is, as I said, the year of what next. And it's a year to really get to know yourself a lot better. Okay, it's a year when you really want to find out, who am I as a spiritual person? This is a great year to take any kind of courses related to spirituality, reading books. You might find yourself, when you come into a year of 7, it's just naturally you're just drawn to the metaphysical world, numerology, astrology, reading angel cards, tarot cards, that kind of stuff. You might be really gravitating towards that. Or maybe you're interested in the healing arts, doing some energy work, that kind of thing, whereas you never had that interest before, but all of a sudden it's like, wow, that's really what I want to look at. So how do we get the best from a personal year of 7? Give yourself permission to spend time alone. It's okay. Guess what? Every single person that you come into company with is eventually going to be in a year of 7 and has already likely been there before. So, if you just give yourself permission to spend time alone and process things and get to know yourself a little bit better, you'll be no worse for wear, and nor will your friends and family. Meditate. Take some time to meditate. This is a year where you can really get inside of your head much easier than any other year. For example, the personal year of 3 is a year full of distractions. It's a year that all kinds of options are coming your way, and you're giving consideration to this idea and that idea. No, I could do this, and all that sort of thing. So you kind of lose your focus a little bit, and it's kind of hard on your head because your head's really busy. But when you're in a personal year of 7, it just seems that you can meditate a lot more easily. Get outside in nature. The vibration of just being outside is really conducive to the year of 7. So if you can do whatever you can to get out in the woods, take your dog for a walk, go for a hike. I know for me, I used to ride my horse a couple times a week. I would ride him, and I'd just go out in the woods, just him and I, and we'd talk about the world events and what was going on. The poor thing, he probably was going like, just get me out of here. But anyway, he was a good listener. But connect with your animals if you can. If you have animals, if you don't have one, go borrow one. Go take a dog for a walk. It's just really a good time for that. Reflect upon the last 6 years. Take into consideration all the things that you've done. This is a year. It's not an action year. Okay, like a year of 8 would be an action year. A year of 1 would be an action year. A year of 4 would be an action year. The year of 7 is not an action year. Part of the reason for that is that you're not really meant to be doing anything in a year of 7. You're meant to think about your next move. You're meant to sort of take stock on your life and figure out, okay, so how did I get here, right? And if you don't like where you are, how are you going to get out of that? And what steps are you going to take to go in a direction that you want? I always caution people Don't make any big decisions in a personal year of 7 because you are way too up in here. You cannot get to here in a year of 7. If you have to make a big decision in the year of 7, wait until the fall when the energy is almost gone and we're starting to transition into that 8 energy. Okay, it's just very, very difficult for you to take it from here and get it to here and be absolutely certain that you're making a heartfelt decision. If you make a big decision, you might live to regret it. Part of it is that you'll be tormented with the fact, did I do the right thing? Because, you know, when you're in a personal year of 7, you tend to really overthink things and you examine things and you turn things over like, oh, did I do the right thing? Oh my God, you know. And for those of you who are 7s, who have life path numbers of 7, it's that much more difficult again. So take a course related to spirituality if you can. Take yoga. Yoga is fantastic in a year of 7. It really quiets your mind, quiets your body, and allows you to think straight. So anything to do with yoga or meditation, anything that would develop you and your spiritual side would be awesome in a year of 7. Okay, so that's it. That's your personal year of 7. Now, it's very important for us to understand where we are on the Eppie Cycle. The Eppie Cycle is a fancy word for a 9-year cycle. And you got to remember, we only have one kick at the cat once in 9 years to harness the energy the universe is giving us. So if you happen to be in a personal year of 7, lighten up. Give yourself permission. You're going to be a little tired. Give yourself permission to spend time by yourself. You need time alone, and it's okay. It does not mean that your relationship is breaking down between you and your husband or your wife or partner or whatever. It just means you need space. You need time alone. You might not even be able to sleep with your partner in a personal year of 7. You might find that very difficult because you really, really need time by yourself. But there's another factor in this called the essence. Now, the essence number is something that comes on your name on your birth certificate. Okay, your full name on your birth certificate produces a cycle called an essence. Now, the essence is kind of like the color that we infuse into this otherwise black and white template. Okay, so for example, if I'm in a year of 7 and you're in a year of 7, we're going to have a similar year, right? We're going to feel a little bit introspective and reflective, but you're going to go through it very differently than I'm going to go through it. Okay, and that's because your name on your birth certificate is very different than mine, so that produces the essence. Okay, so when I do a numerology chart for somebody, I'm looking for the essence. It's very, very important that I understand the essence and that I convey that to you, because I'll tell you what, it makes the difference between night and day getting through your year. I remember being in a really crappy, I was going to say a bad word, but anyway, you know, it was that place. I went to a very dark place one year, and I was in an essence of what they call the 19-1. Don't need to explain it all here, but I was in a 19-1 essence, and the essence caused me to go to a very, very dark place. And this was at a time when I didn't understand numerology, and I really thought my life just sucked. But you know what? My life sucked for that year because it only went for a year. It went from birthday to birthday, right? Once I got through my birthday, I was good to go, right? It was fine, but it was a dark, heavy cloud. And personally, myself, I kind of like to know if these clouds are coming in, or if the really good positive essences are coming in. I want to know about it, right? I want to know when they start and I want to know when they finish, because that's going to help me get through, especially if it's a dark time. If you're depressed, if you're feeling, you know, there's a rough go going on, I can help you with that. Understanding when these cycles start and when they pass, it just enlightens you in such a way like you just can't even believe it. And, you know, sometimes I can lead you back in time in your chart to say, hey, you remember when this happened? And do you remember when it was kind of a dark time? And do you remember when it cleared in this particular year? Well, that's what you're in now. So it gives you hope, right? I'm all about trying to provide hope for you guys. So I do offer readings. That's what I do. I'm a professional numerologist. So if you want to look me up for some readings, I'm at AnnPerryNumerologist.com. I offer full readings. I offer relationship compatibility readings. And I also offer a kind of cool reading. It's called Future Forecast reading. And it's like a 30-minute reading, just a mini reading. Helps you understand where you are this year, where were you last year, and what the heck's going on next year. Okay, so it's a really good opportunity. So check that out. I also post on Facebook every day. So if you want to keep in touch and you want to learn a little bit more about numerology, I encourage you to follow me on Facebook. And clearly I have a YouTube channel, and I would love it if you would subscribe. Why not? That's what I say. Why not? Because I'm going to be posting videos every single week, and I just want to enlighten you guys and inspire you guys. And, you know, if you happen to be in a year of 7, I want to help you get through that too. So if there's anything I can do, if there's any questions I can answer, by all means, post your questions. I'm happy to answer them. I do my best. I spend hours every week. It's like a full-time job just answering you guys. But you know what? I love to do it because it's important to me that you understand what's going on. So keep in touch. And I hope that you'll sign up for my newsletter as well. I only send it out a couple times a year, but you know what? Kind of nice to know what's going on, right? So thanks so much for tuning in today. I hope that you'll tune in for the next video. And once again, I really appreciate you tuning in today. Hoping you're having a good one, and we'll see you soon. Take care. Bye now.